quick refresher of what happened last week. I did not go live. I just didn't necessarily feel like it. Also, I had a movie review video I was doing last week, and I kind of just wanted to focus on that. But I'm here live today. I will try to get this done within an hour at least. Let's get started. You know why I'm here. Wrestling Weekend Review. We should start off with Monday, obviously. And Gunther started the show as he has the last couple weeks. Oops. Let me something for a quick second. I will be back. Don't want anybody to hear me. Don't want anybody to hear me that doesn't need to. But yeah, we start out with Gunther. He started off the show. Obviously, he was celebrating his win against AJ Styles last week. And yeah, we got some good stuff from Gunther here. Good stuff from Gunther. And who would interfere this? Who would interrupt? But none other than AJ Styles himself. Obviously, he wasn't happy because he felt that Gunther had tapped out, and yes, he did technically. Yes, a review from a different angle that wasn't obviously what the referee saw was Gunther tapped out. Hey Aaron, thank you guys for showing up. If there's anybody that wants to hit that like button, feel free to do so. It is never required, but I do appreciate the likes regardless. I appreciate the likes, I appreciate the views regardless. But yes, obviously Gunther, AJ Styles wasn't happy, and yeah, he wants another shot at Gunther. Yeah, it's really cold here. Ooh, 7 people here. That's gotta be a record for the most amount of people I've probably had in one live stream as the live stream is going. As the live stream is going. Yeah, it's in the 20s here in Virginia. Here in Virginia, it's in the 20s. And we're supposed to get a huge winter storm that I'm guessing. No, he wasn't. He was good this week. Sorry, Max, but you're not welcome here. Oh, Zed's place. I don't think I remember you, but if I do, then hey, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's here. I appreciate the likes. If we can get those likes in, that I would really much appreciate it. Obviously, I should probably, and yes, I tend to want to like my own live stream. But then again, who doesn't do that? Also, I am at the moment looking at my notes because for the most part, if I don't have notes, then usually I won't know what's going on. I won't really know what's going on. And most of the time, I'll just be rambling on, and you guys do not want to see that. And obviously, he wants another match. Yeah, old videos probably. Well, then it is probably a good chance that I might not remember you as much, because if you're gonna reference my old channel, in the sense of my first channel that had all the videos on it that I had to respectfully delete, but some of them, not gonna lie, have been on some of my, have been re-uploaded to a new channel of mine. And actually, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna do something. I can do this since I have my iPad. Since I have my iPad with me and I'm currently watching, and it's got both of my YouTube channels, both of the YouTube channels that I currently have. I can do this with my, I can do this, and I can leave a link. Hey, Austin, can leave a link to my second YouTube channel. To my second YouTube channel. To my second YouTube channel that's got some, that's not, obviously, it's not for this stuff, not for the wrestling stuff, but it's for mainly my, hey, 6 likes. Thank you. Let's get it up to, can we get it up to 10 likes before the end of the live stream? I think we can. Obviously, my wrestling stuff isn't on that channel, but it's on, but something else, but some of my other tastes are part of that channel. And how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? Thanks. Thanks, Austin. I really appreciate it. 8 likes. Let's go. Let's go. Obviously, AJ Styles wants another match against Gunther. Let's get back to the live stream because AJ Styles wants another shot at Gunther. One-on-one match. Gunther decides, you know what? I'll give you another match if you want. But only because... But only if you agree to put your career on the line at the Royal Rumble. So they're gonna have a one-on-one match up here. And apparently AJ Styles decided to say, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. And so we're getting another match between AJ Styles and Gunther at the Royal Rumble with AJ's career on the line. Some people are already speculating that this is going to be AJ's retirement match, which I don't know if it's the right decision. I mean, yes, it will be the 10th anniversary of AJ Styles' WWE debut because he debuted at the Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble match. I mean, obviously it'll be poetic. He debuted at the Royal Rumble, so it would make sense that he would retire at the same events. But then again, I always thought he would retire at a big event like WrestleMania. Who knows? But hey. Oh, okay. Well, Matt's going live for Saturday night's main event too, and so I'll probably be watching his live stream. Should be a good show, actually. We got Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles actually added yesterday. Get out of here, Mox. But yeah, after this we got the backstage segment with Natalya. And well, apparently Natalya decided to come back. For whatever reason, she's been off television, but we've seen some vignettes of her training with Maxine in the dungeon, and those have been great, some great vignettes. But she's back now. Obviously, what we got next was Maxine Dupri versus Becky Lynch in a rematch for the Women's Intercontinental title. It does look like this is the last match between the two of them for a while. It wasn't their best match. It was mainly decent, obviously. Mox, get out of here. You ain't welcome here. You're not supposed to be here, but you're going to be here anyways because it's your job. It's your job to come here and make fun of me and trash me and say nasty things about me and my family. It's your job, so. But what a stupid job if it is. If it is your job, that's a stupid job. Like, why don't you get an actual 9 to 5 job instead of trying to instead of constantly focusing on me and my life. Mm, this match was before the match, although we got a brief promo from Becky Lynch. Obviously they were in Belfast, so it was in Ireland. But apparently from what I know, it's the part of Ireland that is actually controlled by England, so it's not officially a part of Ireland. Didn't know that really, but hey, she ripped into the Irish fans. She even she even said something funny about how her father's from Belfast, but they did the smart move and moved to Dublin and married a Dublin woman and married a Dublin woman. Like, okay, yeah. Match went about 15 minutes. wasn't wasn't bad, but it wasn't their best match. It was decent. Obviously, at the end of the match, we saw Maxine almost win. The kick didn't even really land from what I could tell, from what I saw. But Natalia put Becky Lynch's foot on the ropes. She turned heel. She is now a heel. She's now a heel, and she is now turned heel on Maxine Dupri. And so, that's that's not good. Obviously, Becky Lynch retained here, so congratulations to her. Yeah, we got a heel Natalia for the first time in probably forever. I don't know the last time we got a heel Natalia in WWE, but we're getting one now. 9 likes. Can we get it to 10? Can we get it to 10? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We got a recap of what happened last week with Braun Breaker getting suspended. Being suspended after putting his hands on Adam Pearce. I almost assumed that Braun Breaker, being the badass he is, would just come back this week and be like, fuck Adam Pearce, fuck his suspension. I don't care. I don't care about the consequences. I'm coming back because I want to, and because I want to fuck up CM Punk and his match with Finn Balor, because he shouldn't be getting a world title match before I do. Yeah. I mean, seriously. Seriously. But yeah, we didn't get Adam Pearce. Obviously, Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman are backstage. Paul Heyman wants to know the status of Braun Breaker. Adam Pearce says he's suspended. He's suspended, like I said last week. And then Paul Heyman decides to get ready for his factions match against Penta, Dragon Lee, and Rey Mysterio. Adam Pearce decides, you know what? I think I should be ringside for that match too, just to make sure nothing happens that shouldn't happen, okay? Just to make sure nothing happens that shouldn't happen. In this case, slipping a pair of brass knuckles to Austin Theory, thinking that Adam Pearce, of all people, isn't going to see that. Obviously, the ref may not see it, but obviously Austin Theory might. But obviously Adam Pearce probably might. I don't know. But it is what it is. It is what it is. The match This match between divisions, obviously it was Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta. Match lasted about 13 minutes. Very good match. But the thing that I didn't necessarily like was the fact that they had Austin Theory take the pin here. And that's the second time in as many weeks that he's been forced to lose a match, not just lose a match, but be pinned in a match. Like, I really, really, really hope that WWE isn't just putting him. I really do hope that WWE didn't just put Austin Theory in division just so he can be the guy that loses every single match that they need to lose. And that's just not. He should be in this group. He should be in this group to get better, and because it'll benefit him, not so it'll make him look even more of a loser than he already is, and he already was before he joined up with the Vision. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Right. We got Liv Morgan backstage. We got Liv Morgan backstage with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Obviously, she's putting the women's division over on Raw on notice because she and Roxanne are getting a shot at the women's tag team titles at tonight's Saturday night's main event. I don't know who wins that match. But it should be. I would book Rhea and Io to win because as of last night, we got new number one contenders for the women's tag team titles for after this match at Saturday's main event, being Kiana James and Julia, and they're a heel team. So what I would do is I would book Rhea and Io to win the match, potentially even have Roxanne take the pin, potentially, because obviously we gotta keep Liv Morgan strong at this point. Then we didn't get an in-ring segment with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, who are hyping up their match tonight against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Who would interrupt but none other than said tag team that they will be facing and Raquel Rodriguez, and they got laid out by the three of them. And that's how that ended. Great. Then after the Vision versus Luchadors match, we got Adam Pearce backstage. Paul Heyman isn't at all happy about the outcome of that match. Paul Heyman, Adam Pearce is like, well, what did you expect me to do? You brought a pair of brass knuckles. You put a pair of brass knuckles in the ring and expected me to just do nothing about it. You let Austin Theory carry around a pair of brass knuckles and expected me to do nothing about it. I'm just doing my job. Then Adam Pearce's phone rang and Paul Heyman decided, you know what? I'm gonna go, but you really should take that call. We don't know who called Adam Pearce, but all we know is that this person made it clear that it would be in Adam Pearce's best interest to lift Braun Breaker's suspension and bring him back next week, which will be this upcoming Monday. And obviously in a third backstage segment with the two of them, with Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman, we then get it known that Adam Pearce has formally allowed Braun Breaker to come back only if, and he wants it to be a private conversation between the two of them. And he wants it to be a private conversation just between them. Great. I doubt this will stay a private conversation for very long. But I don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen? I actually have no idea what's going on. But I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what happens next week. And we got to 10 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We didn't get Jey Uso. Jey Uso's out there. He has officially declared for the Royal Rumble. Great. He will not be winning it this year. I am sorry for all the Jey Uso fans. He's not winning the Royal Rumble. It's going to be Braun Breaker. I don't know who that guy is. Roy from PR, but hey. You're just giving me views, Mox. You're only giving me views, and that's what you're doing. That's the only thing you're doing is giving me views and nothing else. Congratulations. I'm sure that's the exact opposite of what you wanted to do, of what you were hoping would happen. We didn't also get the Usos. Also, Jey Uso hasn't been showing up recently. I don't know why that's the case. But hey. The Usos, they had an open challenge, which was then answered by the New Day. Great. So we're getting New Day again. Inserted in the tag team title picture, which we don't need. Which we don't actually need, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We didn't get another Obafemi promo. And it's very likely that he debuts at the Royal Rumble. I can see that happening, and I'm okay with that. I would like it. I would like it very much if Obafemi was in the Royal Rumble. They can book him. They can even book him to break the record set by both Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman, because they both have the record for most eliminations in a Royal Rumble match at 13. Braun Strowman at the 2018 Greatest Royal Rumble, Brock Lesnar at the 2020 Royal Rumble. So I could see him breaking that record, potentially. He has the potential to do that. We also got Bayley and Lyra Valkyria backstage. They have also decided to declare for the Royal Rumble match. And hey, I don't think they're gonna win, but I could see them getting a strong showing in the Royal Rumble. But that's just me. We also got Javon Evans versus El Grande Americano. A match that went about 7 minutes, and it was going good until unfortunately he was injured, or at least he was checked out as if he was injured. The match had to be stopped. I'm guessing El Grande won via forfeit, basically. So actually, no, I didn't. I don't have the ability to watch AMC. I don't have cable. I just have regular broadcast channels. I mean, I did watch. There was one of those content creators that goes live almost every day for like Raw, SmackDown, like Conman 167. I was watching his live stream of Impact because I didn't have a way to watch it, and I kind of wanted to at least keep up with it and see what was going on. So I just watched his live stream of it. I'll say it was a definite improvement over their debut. It's definitely better than their debut. But hey, it is what it is. But luckily for Javon Evans, it didn't look like he was hurt. He was checked out because they thought that maybe he had gotten a concussion during the match, during that spot in the match where they had to stop the match. But luckily for him, it was not a concussion. He was just maybe a little bruised, but nothing more. And he's now back traveling with the Raw roster. So hopefully that's the case. Hopefully that's good. We also obviously we got a backstage segment with Kairi Sane and Asuka, who Asuka obviously is not happy with Kairi Sane after losing them their tag team titles and then losing last week, the previous week, and I guess in the triple threat tag match, which was for a shot at the women's tag titles. And yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, Kairi's acting at times during this whole heel Asuka storyline. Sometimes it seems like it's a bit over the top, but then again, I feel like maybe that's the point they're making is that Kairi is just so scared of what Asuka might to her, do to her. So hey, no, her acting is not horrible. Her acting is not horrible. Shut up, Mox. Shut up, Mox. Go to hell. We obviously got the main event, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I fully expected, I'm not going to lie, I fully expected Braun Breaker to come in and just run roughshod and break up this match and interfere in this great match that we were going to get. And it was a great match. But unfortunately, Braun Breaker decided to actually listen to Adam Pearce and stay home, which I was like, what? How dare Braun Breaker actually do the right thing and stay home? Thank you. And why don't you stay there while you're at it? Bitch. But yeah, this match went about 20 minutes. It was great, but I don't know why Braun Breaker decided to just stay home and didn't come back. Because Braun Breaker's supposed to be a badass, but he decided, to take a day off from being a badass. Apparently, I don't know. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. It's okay, Austin. I appreciate. It's okay, Austin. Do what you want to do. Hey, maybe I can get some more views that way, but go ahead. This Monday Night Raw was a good one. I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. We then jump over to Tuesday and NXT. Obviously, we have qualifying matches in place for the NXT Championship ladder match. After Obafemi vacated the title, you don't know what you're talking about, Mox. Again, I keep telling you, you're not allowed here, so go away. Go away. Don't come back, but you will. You will be back. You will be back because it is your job. It is your job to be here and to mock me, make fun of me, trash talk me, whatever you want to do. It's your job. Stupid job, but it's your job. But yeah, we got two qualifying matches tonight. Obviously, Ricky Saints is already in the match. But We got two qualifying matches tonight for them. Also, we had a debut in the form of Elio Lafleur, who's apparently he's a French luchador, and he debuted tonight against Ethan Page in a NXT North American Championship match, which I assumed he might win because I just wasn't sure why they would debut a superstar like him in a title match and then have him lose. Because I thought that when they announced the match the previous week, I was like, oh, okay, Ethan Page is losing, and then he'll go up to the main roster, potentially enter the Royal Rumble, and then get moved called up to the main roster. Apparently, that didn't happen, but it is what it is. That's what started the match. It was a great match. Went about 12 minutes. Good match. I kind of liked what this guy was doing in the ring. It's going to take me a while to get used to him because he is new, and it's going to take some time for me to actually grow to like him. But hey, I'll I appreciate what he did. He did good, and that's all that matters. He will more than likely get over. But hey, after this, obviously we got Ava in her office. She was talking with security. Obviously, she doesn't want what's happened the last couple of weeks with Tony D'Angelo just attacking whoever he wants, whoever. And Tony D'Angelo has been attacking everybody. He hasn't even he's even been attacking heels and baby faces alike. Nobody is safe from Tony D'Angelo. Obviously, after this, we got Ricky Saints. Apparently, he's after Ricky Saints after Ethan's match. Came out to be on commentary as he said he was going to do last week for the qualifying matches for the ladder match. He's already in, so he's just there to watch the qualifying matches. And so it is what it is. The first match was obviously before this though we got a look at one of the newest superstars to the roster, Keanu Carver, who recently apparently had a falling out with Booker T on LFG due to disciplinary actions. I guess I guess they decided that Keanu Carver is going to be their next Obafemi on NXT, their next big giant on the main on NXT. But then they still got Jasper Troy, who's pretty good too. Who's pretty good too. So hey, but yeah, match, our first qualifying match of the night was Shiloh Hill versus Josh Briggs. This was a good match. Went about 11 minutes, pretty darn good, and Booker T decided to make a little bit of a joke at Josh Briggs' expense by saying that you know what happens after WrestleMania, right? Cuts get made. Cuts get made. And so he might be able to chop down. Like, okay, so you're just gonna film. And so yeah, he's basically implying that this might as well be Josh Briggs' last chance to really show that he's capable of winning big matches like this. He's never won a big match like this. Big match. And he lost again. Shiloh Hill, I've been kind of liking him since he debuted after winning LFG Season 2. And so, hey, congratulations to him. But hey, we got, after the match, we got Tony D making his presence felt. He attacked both Josh Briggs and Shiloh Hill. Great. Tony Jan, the one thing that Ava did not want to have happen happened again. Tony D'Angelo got himself got involved in business that didn't concern him and attacked superstars. We got a video package from Izzy Dane. Izzy Dane, the new Women's North American Champion. Obviously, this was good stuff from Izzy. And congratulations to her for winning a title finally on NXT. We also got a official debut of a group known as the Vanity Project. We've seen them on NXT a couple times before for Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes attacking on a swipe right. They actually were first on NXT television back last year. Last year around this same time. They had a match. They had a fairly decent match against Fraxdom at the time, who were the tag team champions at the time. Obviously, they went on to lose the titles, and now they're on SmackDown. And we've seen the other guy that's now a part of the Vanity Project, that being Jackson Drake. We've seen him at least 2 or 3 times. And they're pretty darn good. They're young, but they're pretty darn good from the times I've seen them. And so they officially had their first official debut on NXT, having signed contracts. They had a tag team match, and it was Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor against Chase Hughes, Kale Dixon, and Uriah Connors. And this match was, and I thought this match was going to be a squash, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes tops. This match ended up being close to about 6 minutes 30 seconds, give or take. And this was a somewhat competitive match. Didn't know we needed it to be a competitive match, but it was a competitive match, and Gail Dixon really brought some offense in this match. And I thought, okay, Gail Dixon's definitely showing up in this match. It's almost as if he's trying to get someone in the back to hey, watch this. I'm gonna shine in this tag team match. Maybe you can, maybe you can. Yes, it was competitive. It's a competitive match. I mean, matches that last less than 5 minutes might as well be squash matches. Any match that goes over the 5 minute mark, that's when it's competitive in my estimation, in my book. But hey, it was a good match. Vanity Project won, and good for them. They are officially debuting, so it made sense for them to win their debut match. Congratulations to these guys, and I can't wait to see what they do in the near future. Maybe a tag team title opportunity if Dark State ever loses their titles to a face team. We also got we also got another qualifying match for the ladder match. That being Sean Legacy and Eli Knight. Also signed from Evolve recently. Sean Legacy even signed his contract to NXT contract this week. So congratulations to both of them for making it to NXT. And this match was another good match, really solid match, went about 10 minutes 30 seconds. And Sean Legacy was able to win and is now a part of the NXT Championship ladder match. And so, but then after the match, we got another post-match attack from Tony D'Angelo on both superstars. This then led to security, or in this case, the usual WWE ops showing up to quote unquote arrest Tony D'Angelo. And this is only the second time that this has happened in Tony D'Angelo's NXT career. Only the second time he's gotten quote unquote arrested. So can't wait to see where this winds up leading to. But hey, after a commercial break, we go and we see that Tony D'Angelo is being put in I guess, an unmarked police car. Obviously, we didn't get OTM, who come into focus, and they have a message for the NXT Tag Team Champions, Dark States. Obviously, Joe Hendry enlisted their services last week to at least keep the rest of Dark State at bay during his no disqualification match against Dion Lennox, which it obviously worked. It worked out. The rest of Dark State were neutralized, and Dion Lennox and Joe Hendry was able to have a fair match at the end. In the end, that is until Tony D'Angelo came in and fucked everything up. No, it was not a boring match. It was not boring match. Nope, it was a good match. It was a good match. Also, we got Jada Parker. We got Jada Parker. She's back. Miss Parker is back. And she had a message for the WWE, for the NXT Universe. Obviously, she was interrupted by Blake Monroe, which only makes sense seeing as Jada interrupted Blake last week. So I guess it made a little bit of sense. But hey, like I like that Jada Parker is back. She's definitely a lot better than she was, let's say, a year and a half ago. When she debuted, she was definitely not, that good, but she's gotten better, that's for sure. But hey, a feud between these two women, it's obviously obvious, I think, that this is going to lead to a match. We also got Lola Vice and Thea Hale backstage with Ava, who both of them want a shot at the NXT Women's North American Championship. And Ava has decided that, okay, if you two want a shot, then both of you can get your shot against the current champ Izzy Dame in a triple threat match on the same edition of NXT that will have the ladder match. That will have the ladder match. I think it's February 3rd. I can't remember what the official date was for that NXT show that was supposed to have the ladder match for the NXT title, but that's how it's going to be. Triple threat match. So, hey, who wins? I have no idea, but I can't wait for that match. We got the main event, Zaria and Soruka versus Ren QCC's, Ren Sinclair, and great, I can't remember, Kendall Gray versus Fatal Influence's Laney Reed and Fallon Henley. Obviously, this is for a future shot at the TNA Knockouts Championships, currently held by the Elegance brands Heather and M by Elegance. This was a very strong women's match. This was a very good women's match. And went about 13 minutes, and Zaruka was able to get the win. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to them, and they get a future TNA Knockouts tag title shots. So we'll see where that leads, where that leads them. And I will give this week's NXT a 7 out of 10. It was a pretty strong episode. Now let's move on over to AEW Dynamite. As always, AEW was not a very good show. We had some pretty decent matches, but just nothing special. We got MJF opening the show. Obviously, the AEW World Champion. Obviously, he's doing his heel thing. Brody King then decided to show up and interrupt. Obviously, he wants to have a match. He wants a match against MJF for the AEW World Title after what MJF did last week. But MJF is like, no. N-O, no, because the last time I remember, the last from what I remember. The last few matches you've won have been against who? Oh, that's right, nobody's. Nobody that anybody has ever heard of. So the answer is no. You will not. I will not grant you a world title shot because you haven't beaten anybody in AEW that actually matters. Obviously, this is just him not wanting to defend the title. Obviously, this is just him being scared and not wanting to defend the title against Brody King because he knows Brody King can manhandle him and throw him across that ring like he was a light heavyweight bag. But it is what it is. Oh, shut up, Mox. I didn't like tonight's this week's AEW Dynamite. It's almost always not a good show, okay? And no, that's not just me saying it because someone else said it first, because some guy from New York City decided to hate on it. And no, that's not just him hating on it for no reason, okay? Look, if I like this week's Friday Night SmackDown, it wasn't the best Friday Night SmackDown I've seen. It wasn't the best Friday Night SmackDown. Oh, he deserves it. He deserves it. But according to MJF, he's got to beat somebody in AEW that actually matters first in order to get a title shot. I guess what MJF wants is just, hey, maybe beat some main eventers or even some upper mid card talent, and then maybe I'll consider giving you a title shot. It is what it is. We got Samoa Joe versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Yes, it was a good match. Yes, it was a good match, but obviously Samoa Joe won. Obviously Samoa Joe and the Ops, they lost their trios titles this past Saturday. Not last Saturday, last week, because number one, Powerhouse Hobbs, and the only reason is because Powerhouse Hobbs is leaving AEW for WWE. AEW's loss is our gain, I guess. But it is what it is. So Samoa Joe is basically out here for revenge against Speedball Mike Bailey for stealing the trios titles from him and his crew. And Samoa Joe won, but he had to have help from both Katsuyori Shibata and Hook just to win the match. I'm like, okay, why did they have to have? Why did they have to have? Why did Samoa Joe have to have help just to beat someone that he could easily beat by himself? I don't know. I already said no. I already said no. This is not because someone else said it. I'm allowed to have my own opinions. I'm allowed to have my own opinions about stuff, Max. Okay, just because you hate everything doesn't mean I have to. And I don't know why you're sitting here and defending AEW as if it's better than WWE, because we all know it's not. Even on WWE's worst days, they're at least light years ahead of what AEW is doing. And I didn't say that it was terrible or that it was just downright horrible. I said we got good matches on this show, but that's all we usually get on AEW Dynamite. It's just good matches, and I don't know why we're not getting any stories with AEW. It just feels like every time it's just good matches with AEW and nothing else. Like as long as they get their 5-star matches from Dave Meltzer, they don't have to worry about anything else. Even on their weekly television shows, as long as one of their matches got a 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer, then they're perfect. Then They believe that they're perfect and that they can't do anything wrong. Right. Congratulations to Mode. We also got a street fight. The Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Daniel Garcia. Great, I can't remember who else. And we were Yuta versus the Don Callis family, Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero, basically the bottom of the barrel when it comes to this group. Don Callis has at least half of the AW roster paid off or in his group. And Andrade apparently recently came back to AEW, and after his legal troubles have finally been resolved, and he's now back in the Don Callis family. But it is what it is. Don Callis, Death Riders lost. Congratulations to them. And they are now seemingly turned into baby faces, or at least for this feud. Or, I don't know, maybe they're just tweeners. Who knows? But it was a good win, good street fights. The usual stuff that you would see on AEW television on a weekly basis. We got FTR versus a newly debuted team for AEW who recently signed with AEW. I think it's Alexander Price and Jordan Oliver. Alec Price and Jordan Oliver. Don't know who they are. Don't think I'll ever care to know who they are. Decent match, but FTR won, no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind that they were going to win. But it is what it is. We also got Mina Shirakawa and Toni Storm, the Timeless Love Bombs, versus Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Another decent match. Obviously, the heels in Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford won the match after interference from Marina Shafir. So, here's what it is. Congratulations to the heels in this match for winning. We also got a couple promos, obviously from Tekla, who is a member of the Triangle of Madness. That's her, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. Yeah, they had a message for the AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander. Obviously, Julia Hart, apparently, I think tonight has a AEW TBS Championship match. And then next week on Dynamite, Tekla is supposed to have a match with Chris Statlander for the Women's Championship. I'm actually sort of excited to see that match because I would like to see if maybe she wins the title. I don't think she will, but it would be a bit of a shock and a surprise. But hey, it is what it is. We also got Kenny Omega versus Josh Alexander. This was probably one of the best matches of the night, considering they're both great. And yeah, this match went as I expected. Kenny Omega wins. Congratulations to him. We also got Hangman and Page cutting a promo, and he wants a match against Katsuyori Shibata for tonight's AEW Collision. Great! Not that we need that match, but Hangman will win. Unless they book him to lose via interference from both Hook and Samoa Joe. We then get the main event, which is Swerve Strickland versus Kevin Knight. Another very strong match. Didn't necessarily need it, but it was another strong match. And it is what it is. Swerve wins, and if I was to rate AEW Dynamite this week, I'd give it at least a 6 out of 10. At least we got some good matches. That's about it. And now on to Friday Night SmackDown. Again, Friday Night SmackDown wasn't even the best show this week. A little surprising considering in the last 3 weeks have been pretty darn good for SmackDown. Return to the 3 hour format has been, I guess it's been hot and cold. It's been hot. It was hot like the first 2 weeks, and then third week it was cooled down a little bit, but it was still good. Now this week it's definitely cooled off. This week it definitely cooled off a lot. So we got Sami Zayn opening the show. It's in Montreal. Also the site of tonight's Saturday night's main event special. Should be a good show. And we got Sami Zayn. Obviously, he's hyping up the Fatal 4-Way match on the show, which is to determine a #1 contender for Drew McIntyre's WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, which I almost firmly believe that Sami Zayn will win and will get his title shot at the Royal Rumble. But I will say this much. I think Drew McIntyre wins at the Royal Rumble if that happens, because I know people are obviously I don't think Sami Zayn wins the WWE title at the Royal Rumble, but does he win it this year at some point? Maybe. But obviously he got interrupted by Trick Williams, obviously, because he's also a part of that Fatal 4-Way match. And then Damian Priest, who was also a part of that Fatal 4-Way match. So obviously he's just going to do a brawl between all three of them. And yeah, Trick Williams, he got out of there. Obviously, Trick Williams and Damian Priest are to have a match tonight in the main event. So that's nice. We get a match that we've never seen before. Trick Williams versus, although we did get I think it was a Finn Balor and Damian Priest match versus Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes match on NXT television. I think it was in 2023. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2023. Back when Dominic Mysterio was the North American champion and Judgment Day were on NXT on a regular basis. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But I don't think we've gotten this match in a one-on-one capacity. But hey, it is what it is. We got Carmelo Hayes backstage. He runs into Ilya Dragunov. Carmelo was supposed to have another open challenge for the U.S. title. Obviously, Ilya wants that title back, and so he's decided, you know what, I'm going to get this match. I want this match, and I'm going to get it. So that's the match we got. It lasted about 16 minutes. It was a really good match. Really good match. And Carmelo Hayes was able to defeat Ilya Dragunov, but only due to interference from The Miz. We got interference from The Miz, costing Ilya the match. Don't know if Ilya will find out eventually that it was Miz that cost him the match, but I'm guessing they'll explain that on television next week. Hopefully. But hey, we got Chelsea Green backstage. She runs into Jordynne Grace and wants to offer Jordan a spot in the Secret Service, which obviously Jordynne Grace flat out refuses and says, thanks, but no thanks. Obviously, Chelsea Green has a match against Jade Cargill later on, and so she's just getting ready for that match. We also got Alexa Bliss backstage with Charlotte Flair. She wants to be in the Royal Rumble so she can potentially earn a shot at the Women's Championship heading into WrestleMania. I don't think that match will be happening at WrestleMania, but Alexa Bliss in the Royal Rumble, yes, I would like to see it. I want to see her in the Royal Rumble. And I'm guessing Charlotte Flair will probably be in the Royal Rumble too. But hey, it is what it is. We didn't get Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill, and this match was a squash match. Went about 4 minutes. Did what it needed to do at this point. Did what it needed to do. Oh, hello, Dro. Didn't expect to see you here. I'd say Justin. Don't know who you're going for, but I'm going for Justin. But then again, whoever you go for is probably what I'll go for too. Because I've known to trust you when it comes to your picks most of the time. We got this match was a squash match. Lasted about 4 minutes. Nothing special. Jade wins. Jordan Grace then cuts a promo. Who's at ringside, who was watching this match, decided to cut a small promo on Jade, and obviously she basically dared Jade to fight her tonight, but Jade was like, no, 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 we're doing this on my time, not on your time. So hey, and Jordan Grace is entering the Royal Rumble match. I thought that maybe we'd be getting this match, this one-on-one match of us at the Royal Rumble, that this match would be at the Royal Rumble, but I'm guessing we'll just have to settle potentially for a TV show, TV taping of SmackDown, or at the Elimination Chamber perhaps. But hey, that match should be a good one if it ever does happen. Probably be Jade's best match in WWE so far, because at least she'll have someone that's actually good enough to carry her through a good match. We then get AJ Styles, who was invited to SmackDown by Nick Aldis. Obviously, they have a ton of history dating back to their days in TNA. Obviously, Nick Aldis was a little worried about AJ Styles wanting to put his career on the line at the Royal Rumble. AJ was like, Nick, I appreciate your concerns, but I gotta do this. He disrespect after retiring John Cena. All Gunther has done is disrespect him, and I don't like it. He needs to pay for all the disrespect he's shown John Cena since retiring. And so, hey, it is what it is. We then get the real reason why AJ Styles was invited, and that's because somebody wanted to test AJ Styles before the Royal Rumble match at Saturday Night's main event, and it was none other than Shinsuke Nakamura. So we're getting that match again at Saturday Night's main event, and if this match is anything like the 2018 encounters, it's probably not going to be the best match, but hopefully they actually bring a great match out of themselves and themselves this time around. The 2018 matches weren't the best, but they weren't the worst either. It was just meh, decent enough, but not anything like we expected them to be. We then get a promo package from Solo Sokoa, who has also firmly announced that he will be entering the men's Royal Rumble match. Great! He's not winning the match, by the way, so, but enter the match if you want, Solo. You're not going to win. We also got a video package for Roman Reigns, who is now officially declared he is entering the Royal Rumble match, and we didn't even see him. He wasn't there. It was just a pre-taped video package, just saying that Roman Reigns is returning and it's going to be at the Royal Rumble. Congratulations. I don't think Roman's winning, but it's obviously a lot of people have been saying that it's either going to be Roman Reigns or Braun Breaker who wins the men's Rumble match. As far as the women's Rumble match, I could see Bianca Belair or Liv Morgan. Bianca Belair only because she would go on to face Jade Cargill, which would be the obvious choice. As much as I wouldn't mind seeing Stephanie Vaquer versus Bianca at some point when she comes back. We then get Johnny Gargano versus Nathan Frazier. This was a good match. I'll believe it when I see it at the Royal Rumble. I'll believe it when I see it, Drew. Johnny Gargano versus Nathan Frazier, very good match. Lasted about 11 minutes, and it was a good match. And yeah, Nathan Frazier was able to win the match, but alas, Axiom still does not have his mask back because because Candice LeRae was able to steal it back from after Axiom originally, if after Axiom initially got the mask back post match. So great. Great. But hey, we got Kit Wilson backstage. Obviously, he was being interviewed by Kathy Kelly, obviously being asked about his attack on Matt Cardona last week. And as much as I don't know if I'm a fan of this gimmick from from Kit Wilson, I have to admit that his theme song is basically blowing up. And after only being uploaded, after only having been uploaded for a week on the WWE's WWE Music YouTube channel, it has over 300,000 views in only 7 days, and that's unheard of for a WWE theme to get that many views on their music channel in that short a time. But hey, apparently people enjoy the theme song. I don't know if I do, but hey, I can't deny that people like the theme. We didn't get a Drew McIntyre promo. Drew McIntyre was out there cutting a promo, obviously on the participants in the Fatal 4-Way match at Saturday Night's main event: Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, Sami Zayn. His main focus obviously was Sami Zayn, obviously because they have the most history with each other, and they faced off the most. Well, I'd say him and Randy have just as much history, but Sammy and Drew have had the most matches within the last 2 or 3 years against each other within the last 2 or 3 years. Uh, not a terrible theme. Drew McIntyre, obviously, this makes me believe even more that Sami Zayn's winning the Fatal 4-Way match since he decided to just go all in on Sammy. Just wouldn't. He didn't even really try. He didn't even really talk about any of the other competitors as much as he was talking about Sami Zayn. But it is what it is. We got Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair versus Julia and Kiana James versus Nia Jax and Lash Legend in a number one contenders match for the women's tag team titles, which was won by Julia and Kiana James. Surprising, Lash Legend did not look all that well in this match. She wasn't bad, but she just wasn't good either. Obviously, we also got MFTs, that being Solo. I think it was Solo Sokoa and Tama Tonga versus the MFTs versus the Wyatt Six. I'm thinking it's Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis for the tag team titles. It was a decent match, went about 11 minutes, and MFTs won. The Bloodline has the tag team titles once again. Great. Great. So that is what it is. It is what it is. Obviously, we got another promo video package from Olafemi. I fully expect him to debut at the Royal Rumble. We also got a Cody Rhodes interview segments, which was interrupted by Jacob Fatu, and then they went back and forth, verbally, not physically. And we got the main event: Damian Priest versus Trick Williams. This was a good match until Sami Zayn decided to get involved after being inadvertently, because he was accidentally thrown into Damian Priest, by Damian Priest, was accidentally thrown into him by Trick Williams. This led to then Sami Zayn getting involved, attacking Trick Williams, which then led to the disqualification win for Trick Williams. Again, they brawled. Then Randy Orton decided, you know what, he's going to come out and just RKO everybody. And that's what happened. And that's how and that's how SmackDown ended. But hey, it was a decent show. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Maybe 6.5 just because of some of the matches were pretty darn good. Like Ilya versus Carmelo, Gargano versus Frazier, the main event. And hey, it was a good show. It was a decent show. Not as good as the last three we've been getting from SmackDown, but still not terrible. But that's probably the best part. But hey, that's it for this live stream. I will see you guys next week. I'm going to do another review video after this. It's going to be a TV show review video. I haven't done one in a while, done one of those in a while, so I figured I might as well. And that's it. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out, y'all.